Hi, this is Steve Scott, the Houston Business Coach, and thank you for joining me. Today's story is about how are you asking your questions. Very often how you ask the question can determine whether or not you're going to get a favorable response. Now, several years ago, there was a meeting of various religious orders in the Vatican, like the Franciscans, the Jesuits, the Sisters of Charity. And the Pope is part of those meetings. And since there are a lot of historical artifacts around in precious paintings, one of the things that the Pope did not like them to do, and told them basically they couldn't do, was smoke. And every 2 hours they would go on a break. And on the first break, they're sitting around and they're all fidgeting because some of them really wanted a cigarette, but they didn't smoke. And then they went back and they prayed on the weighty matters of the day. About 2 hours later, they had another break. And this time, the Dominicans lit up. And the people from the other orders, the Sisters of Charity, the Franciscans, the Jesuits, they were going, "This is blasphemous. You can't go against what the Pope says." He said, "You couldn't be smoking." And the Dominican replied, he said, "But the Pope gave me permission." And the Jesuit goes, "That's not fair. I asked him if I could basically smoke while praying, and he said, no." And the Dominican replied, he said, "Well, maybe it's how you ask the question. I asked the Pope if we could pray while smoking." So think about how you're asking the question, and how you ask it can determine very often whether or not you're going to get a response that is positive or one that's negative. This is Steve Scott, the Houston Business Coach, and thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to learn some things that could help accelerate the process of your successful performance and take you to the business and life you desire, check out the website listed below at www.businesskeystosuccess.com. Once again, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side.